open this up by saying that I've never played poker. Don't know how to play. I've seen some hands. I've tried playing online a few times to get the hang of it, probably about 2 or 3 years ago. Couldn't do it. I watched, I think it was ESPN. They had their world poker tournaments and whatnot, and people, it was like you got to tell, every time you get a good hand, you dip your, your head a little bit, or don't wear those glasses. I can see your cards in those glasses. Whenever you get a good hand, you fold your cards in a little bit, but when you have a bad hand, I can see where you push your cards away from you just a little bit. People read other people in poker better than an author will any book. They can write it, they can read it, they can be of the book. They can write the book on their skin. People in poker will know somebody else better than any author will know their own book or any book that they have read. It's amazing to watch it. Sometimes in poker, things get silly. That's a different topic. Now, what does this relate to Donald Trump? Exposing Donald Trump's poker hand. It's simple. I listened to all this crap from and about and on Donald Trump. And then listening to it, I couldn't help but notice, now, I don't care too much in this topic what others say about Trump. I only care what they ask Trump and how does Trump respond. That is the only thing that matters. Okay? So, I just want that to be clear. That's what matters. What does someone ask to how someone answers? That's important. So, the first allegation that came up was, Trump, have you ever been mistreatful of females and whatnot? Very general question. It wasn't asked like that. It was something like, have you ever molested a female, or have you ever treated a woman wrong, or been misogynistic or sexist or anything like that? And he was like, no, I treat women fairly and respectfully. No one treats women better than I do. I promise you that, yada yada. Okay, he's lying. He's lying. All right. Now, and the reason I say he's lying, because if you treat your woman very well, and you listen, you chill, you do your thing, there's not too many hardships, arguments are solved decently and stuff like that, and then Trump says, I treat women better than anyone else and all this, I have more respect for women than anybody else. That means he has more than you do. That means you must treat your woman like crap. Just compare and contrast, all right? Comparative reasoning, all right? So, now, Trump was asked this question, and over again in his first 3 or 4 months, and he got to the point he said something. It's a hoax. People are trying to make me look like the villain. They're against me. The left wing is trying to shame me and deface me, and I'm looking at lawsuits. He was all about lawsuits in the beginning, but he kept calling it a hoax. So therefore, the cat's out of the bag about this post. But then, let's just further that a little bit. Trump decides to talk to someone, and they ask him how he feels about his policies. That he's not living up to his promises on the campaign trail. And he said these people are just calling this stuff out, and it's a hoax. And it's like, what? And then they started with the whole Russia thing, trying to, did you collude with Russia? Did you collude? He called it a hoax. Then the worst thing that puts it all together was something simple, something benign. Not just was it the woman thing. He could have been like, look, it's not a hoax. It's just, I don't know why people say that. I don't know what evidence they have. Because if they have it, they need to show me, because I have no recollection. Something, anything other than it's a hoax. And it's a witch hunt. But then climate change, global warming, climate change. Climate changes all the time, but I know what they really mean. And you're talking about in general, the whole Earth and whatnot, the entire atmosphere for prolonged periods of time. I get that. But when asked about it, he said that climate change was a hoax. Now, granted, others were saying that before him, yes, but he still used hoax. He said it was a hoax, it was made up. And I'm like, How can it be a hoax when it's obvious? He's saying that he was saying this in the winter when it was 80 degrees. I mean, he was saying it a little later in winter when it was 60 degrees. Winter. I'm talking about after December 21st. Winter. It should have been down in the consistent 30s by October. Just pointing that out. And I'm not talking about 2018. I'm talking about this was during, he was talking about climate change as a hoax before he became president. He was talking about climate change being a hoax his first 3 months as president, his first year. He's still saying it until more recently he says, well, you know what? It's too late to reverse anything. Might as well just deal. I mean, basically, you sum it up. So then, recently, I saw this watching David Pakman on questioning how long I should stay subscribed. But on David Pakman, where David Pakman had got the footage of someone asking him if he works for Vladimir Putin, he was like, no, you should be, it's a disgrace that you asked that, and it's a hoax. I mean, he called that a hoax. So consider the fact he's calling all of this stuff a hoax. I've learned just by listening to him and knowing a few things called facts, observational, if anything, just looking at it and say, well, yeah, that's over there and I see it. But he calls it a hoax. That means it's a damn lie. That means he's lying. And that's the easiest way to tell if Trump knows something or doesn't. If someone asks him something, he could simply say, no, it's not true. I can't see why you would think I would do that or say that or something. I don't understand. Just please move on. This is weird. Or something, he could deny it, but everything where it later gets proven with overwhelming evidence, he calls it a hoax. I just want you to think about that. And if you can, if you like this, hey, please upvote it. Leave a comment. Join my Discord. Let's have a chat. We can put it up on CR at some point if you want. I'm just saying, leave a question. questioncr@gmail.com. But hey, it's not about what Trump says. It's why he says it. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.